songs can help another people to get along, you know. And now when I come to army, you know, if I all my life writing songs, so with this experience I start to make some songs. You know, my experience go through the art. It's changed kinda. I have some important to say. I will use translator because I used to speak English. Actually, it was kind of a long time ago.
That was bomb.
Yeah. But no, where it's going to be.
It's horrible now.
Yeah. And now the syren. So it was before. Because S30, that's rocket name, they very fast. But around me was different music, you know, like local stuff. And I made for myself kind of music diet. It was jazz, country, blues, and rock and roll. First, I met rock and roll. People, when they hear me, always said, "Oh, it's kind of some bluesy or some rock and roll stuff." So it's kind of I made American roots music my roots. I think maybe you as well feel the same when we were teenagers. Rebel songs help us to do some crazy things. Songs or composition is kind of, you know, compressed thing, compressed experience, and other people can roll it out, and it's become kind of big things. They remind something. Коли вб'ємо ту потвору, не забуде моя кров тих, хто не прийшов додому, тих, хто гинув за любов. Капелан, най мої кулі летять стрімко, влучно в ціль.
War changed me. I know how it's be when bombs come to you. Inside me, I start to be more human. And music's so important when you want to feel better. When you feel adrenaline, you like happy, but you are not happy. After maybe 2 days or 1 week, I have problem with my body, I have problem with my dream, and you know, it's a lot of feelings what you feel but don't understand. But after next rocket attacks and after my trip on more dangerous place, I start feeling this panic. Music's so important when you want to feel better. And I create a lot of funny songs because I want to give a smile when war come to my country. I understood how it's be musician in war. Запроси мене у сни свої, ті, що досі не збулись. Запроси мене у сни свої, ті, що збудуться колись, ті, що збудуться колись. Запроси
war is the most ugly thing that human being is created. Because it's really terrible, it's full of pain, there's nothing romantic. We used to live in our perfect shells, you know, the bubble that you create with the people that understand you. You're talking to people like every day, everywhere, and you are hearing the stories from them, what they're telling you. When you look in at the eyes of 4-year-old girl that was raped by 2 Russian soldiers, like, you don't have even question inside your head what to do. I can't believe that human being can do this. You see how the enemies coming to your land and killing your people, so the only things that you can do, or you are going to the army, or you are making everything to help your army. The only way not to get crazy is to keep faith into miracles.
The first step, it was that people still did not realize that it's real war and what are waiting for them. So the first, they just didn't realize that really war, that it is gonna be bombing, destroy a lot of destroyed buildings. But then, when they realized that Russian is not like joking and it is everything like simple reality, a lot of people they also realize that it's not possible to stay here. It's not safe to stay here. People, they use this road just to leave their place, and it was possible until the bridge on the river Irpin was destroyed. Then, when the bridge was destroyed, it was more difficult to leave the place. And then on the March 10, it was like official green like corridor when people get opportunity to leave occupied territory. But also they went through like Russian check, like how to say it, like yes, exactly. And it's another like wave of shock, and it's really difficult and breakable to talk about it.
Initially, the war started for me in 2014 because I'm from Donetsk, and this is the period of time when I encountered it the second time. And I do remember this clear moment when I fled my place where I was growing up, and I went to the Kryvyi Rih. And the people were asking me like about the war that started in 2014, and I was saying always like it's horrible, and I wish that nobody will ever in Ukraine encounter that thing. I came to the class, everyone is for like 20 or 30 people following from me, and I have to make somewhat friends or enemies, like all this type of stuff. They was just asking me how it feels like living there and moving from the city that's occupied, and I told some stories on how it was and how it felt being occupied in Donetsk, and when you hear this fake anthem that is dedicated to this occupied quasi-republic. And it was just at the end when I was sending my speech. I was like 15 years old or so, and I said that I wish nobody would ever encounter the war. I think everyone knows what it is from all these people who was in the class, because all of them Ukrainian basically. People were really open to me though. And in retrospect, if I look at that, and people were trying to give me hugs and all that, and they were very supportive. At the beginning, when we were at home, and we close nearby to the Zhytomyrska street, not the street, but the road. And it goes like there's a Chernobyl, and there's where the Russians were attacking. And I, every day from the February 24, I was checking this map and like looking at it, and I was seeing that the road is getting redder and redder, and they're approaching to us. And that moment was quite frustrating. I would say you're not even scared, you feel like you're paralyzed. But thanks to Ukrainian forces, they held it, and we managed to flee to the west of Ukraine for some time. And it was quite a healing process, though. There was a lot of people in there from other regions, but we were there, and almost unknown people invited us to that place. That was really great. There were the people who was just saying, come to our downtown apartment, we don't know you, but there it is. And to be honest, the scale and the damages in casualties in infrastructures is incomparable to what was going on right there in Donetsk. When the war started here in 2022, it was 5 a.m. I was in the bed. Like, my parents goes into the apartments, and he started like packing the documents. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what's up? And he says like Russia invaded us. And I was like, well, I know what it is, right? No, I had no idea what it is, because the calibers, like in 2014 there was like the Grad, what's called something bigger, right? Some rockets here and there, some landmines, something like, compared to what's now, like Kinzhals or like these avia bombs with the dozens of the TNT, or how you call it, C4 in it, that blow the out of everything. That's incomparable. And we had to adjust our psyche to it. And I would say that even in the beginning of this year, 2024, January 1st, these dates when Russia was shelling us, that was quite more pessimistic, and I was kind of more, shackled, I would say. And I hear this whipping sound, and then these crazy explosions, and we were making the turkey, and turkey was standing on the window, and this sonic wave, bang, exploded everything, and the turkey fell on the ground. That was scary, and a bit upset because, well, turkey's on the ground. The other scary moment is always when something explodes nearby. Imagine the rocket just destroyed the apartment, and you just have a hole like that. Here's the buildings, right here, and buildings, and here, and there's just a hole, and you read it, and you understand how awful and bad it is, and you like try to help people financially, but you don't feel any of these emotional things. I think that's just psyche adjusting to what we have now, because who knows, like, your empathy, where it goes, and will you be able to come back to the normal level, like level of empathy. War started, like, you go up, 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 and then you just go down, and maybe you'll have empathy if your close people die or something. You'll be frown and sad and cry.
We saw that the situation is awful. It's rockets, it's air bombs, but we have to wait, because our soldiers tried to help us and always communicated with us. But when we realized that Russian soldiers were near us, we thought that we have right the tablets that here is children, here is people, and they will do nothing with us. But we were mistaken, because we didn't know what was in Bucha. We were lucky because we didn't see any soldiers, Russian soldiers, but it was nearly 500 meters to our house, and we haven't got any internet. That's why we didn't know what was happened in Bucha, for example. We knew nothing. We were lucky because we were safe. In some days we were free, and at first it was silence. It was awful silence first days, because there weren't any birds cars, people, and even rockets or shooting. It's a silence of death.
First of all, I know that I have to be calm because if I start to panic, I lose control, I lose my mind, I lose everything. I have really good friends. They are constantly texting me if are you okay, are you alive, which is a strange question for like person who don't know what the war is. Before the war, I was living on the 15th floor. So it was really loud, and of course we woke up from the explosions, but then we opened the news and understand that the war came to us. I'm balancing somewhere between hope and depression. We are used to this life, but it's really bad because no one should live the life like we live now. In such condition, I mean, in my opinion, children must not live in condition like this. They must not grow up hearing all these explosions and etc. We don't give up. We do not lose our hope. We love our city. We don't want to leave. It's heartbreaking to see your hometown in its so wounded and damaged. With each day when we wake up alive and still in hope and still believe in our country and in our forces, like real Ukrainian who love their country, their culture and their hometown. Yeah. All the people who are still here, who are in some military forces, they are like our heroes, of course, because thanks to them we are still alive and we are still under Ukrainian flag and not in occupation.
3 years ago we could not imagine that 21st century people could kill people. It's unbelievably. Now, the tragedy which happened make situation very dramatic. Our facility, our typography produces about 40% of all books in Ukraine, specific books like textbooks, student books, and other books for children. So this is a special missile against airplanes, which they changed for shooting ground. This is missile S-300. And this missiles, there was 4 missiles, and one of them exploded just near the printing workshop. More than 20 people had some different kinds of injuries. One woman still in very, very, very bad condition and still in reanimation. We hope she will be healthy. I went through the workshops, I looked at my staff, and I met their eyes and saw the loss of people is very terrible thing, and we lost not only people, like our friends, like our colleagues. And so I remember the eyes of these people, and for me, inside my head, inside my eyes, they are alive till now. And till now I couldn't imagine, couldn't understand, couldn't accept completely they are gone. They are not with us already. This is terrible. So 7 people gone, majority of them worked 15, even 20 years with us.
You see how people can sacrifice themselves. I don't like actually the word sacrifice because it's something very, I don't know. But you see some people, how beautiful they are in their passion to fix the world, to erase this evil. A few weeks ago, my friend that we used to be friends for 22 years, he died on the front line, and he saved other person. We're receiving messages like, Tata, thank you for your medicine. Your tourniquet saved my life. I like, wow. We provide tactical medicine supplies to more than 100,000 of Ukrainian soldiers. And I'm not the international NGO, I have super small team. Even from these 100,000 of supplies of tourniquets, if we will take the tourniquet to stop bleeding, one will work. So it's victory for me. And we have a lot of stories about people that was saved with our medicine. And it's a huge honor to be, to stand near this magic of kindness, of goodness, of something good. Today they're combat medics, they're doctors, they're soldiers on the front line. And yesterday they were civilian people, they were directors, barbers, the waiters, barmen, bartenders, etc. And today they're soldiers, and they was not created for this war. My name is Tata Kepler. For now, I'm the tactical medicine volunteer. And before the full-scale invasion, I was running the biggest cocktail bar in Ukraine. Now I have one of the biggest foundations in Ukraine that work with tactical medicine supplies. And we had a civilian program. We have been in more than 700 occupied territories and gray zones and all over the front line with my team, bringing the civilian medicine to the civilian people. We are working with military units, with combat medics, with special forces, all the medicine on the front line. I have to try to help the medics to save lives, because they're my friend, they're on the front line and they're dying every day. I think that war is the most ugly thing that human being is created, because it's really terrible, it's full of pain, there's nothing romantic.
A lot of people exactly from Borodyanka, they like in volunteer sphere, they preparing some medicine help to send to our soldiers to help them. We do everything we can. People they started to be more thankful. They can advise you. They are ready to help you wherever you can ask for. When people came back from another territory to exactly their houses, which was partly destroyed, as I said, people really started to be more thankful and more thankful and ready to help. A lot of people they came back to our town, to Borodyanka. We have a lot of buildings which destroyed, but even in spite of all of this situation, like all of these destroyed buildings, people still believe in our victory, and people ready to come back to Borodyanka, and they believe in that one day everything will be rebuilt and reconstructed. The first step, it was like you feel that you empty inside and you cannot do anything to change it. But then when the reconstruction started exactly here in Borodyanka, exactly kindergarten Pinocchio, and cooperation with children a little bit changed the situation, because you may feel that you need this little citizens and you like responsible for them, and then this reconstruction really helped, and you see like a future that a life go on.
People started to came back home. They realized that their house were destroyed or burned. I realized, first of all, that I have got a lot of clothes and I didn't need it at all, or dishes and other things. One part is for me, the another part for people who need. I have got a lot of neighbors and everybody knows me. I started to ask, what do you need? And we gave a child toys, clothes, dishes, washing machine, and find where they can live. Now their house is destroyed, but due to donors, they have a simple but very comfortable house where they can live.
We always bought some food, gave almost all of our clothes which we had, like winter clothes, some warm clothes. We gave it to the needs of army, because winters are cold and they need some coats and etc. Also, I really like pets, and all my life I have been supporting different shelters, and I try to still support some organizations like Animals You Are, where a lot of abandoned or wounded animals just donate to some shelters and etc.
In our country, everyone remembers animals are victims of war. It's very hard to imagine when you are not here, when you are not feeling every shot, every bomb, and it's very difficult to understand to another people who didn't live here, who didn't see the situation by themselves. War don't choose their victims, and people and animals are suffering. War didn't choose who will be the next. It will be a child, it will be some oldest people, it will be dog, it will be cat, it will be mouse. It's destruction. The war destroyed life of the people, of the animals, and it must be stopped, right now. Oh, Air Force. Right now it's air alarm. Maybe we will be bombing in a few minutes. It's very dangerous to be here, to live in Kharkiv, but we must protect our animals. We must find their new houses, new owners. This is only just a suffer. It's fear and suffer. That's all that I can say about war, because it's not normal. The biggest war in the Eastern Europe started in 21st century, and the shooting, bombing, planes, it was very fearful and very difficult to be here. From the start of war, every day was difficult for us because it's no water, it's problems with the electricity, no lights, and problems with the heat. With water and electricity, it's the most difficult times where it switched off because of bombing of our critical infrastructure. Our life changed on the 180 degrees. Our shelter opened since 2012. In Eastern Europe, it's a very big problem with the homeless animals, and streets, it's a dangerous place for dogs and for cats. So our politic consists that every dog and every cat need to have an owner, to be a pet in the house. And since the war begins, we have many volunteers from the people who just love animals and want to help. A pet, it's that's part of your family. And for many people, losing of their pet, it's something like to lose a child. I think it's maybe important to have a pet, to have a dog or a cat, just to be safe by the psychology, by our minds. Because of war, every person in Ukraine are triggered. Because air forces, air alarms, bombing, shouting, and in our city, because our Kharkiv region is near the Russia, and the rocket will come for our country just in 40 seconds. It's very scary, and in the most of times our pets help us to live and not become the crazy at all, just to not lose our minds.
This conflict is so black and white. I mean, there's always conflicts in the world, but this is just so easy to know who's the good person, who's the bad, and we just needed to come and help. Well, the first couple of months I worked with a Swedish organisation in Lviv, and also found a place where I could do camo nets like we do here. So that's how I got into making camo nets. I think every volunteer that comes here turns into a wannabe Ukrainian after a little while. Everywhere we go, we have problems with cars breaking down, and it takes about half a minute, and Ukrainians turn up. So they're all heroes, not just the ones on the front line, but every single person here, and everyone wants to help their soldiers in some way or another. Everyone that comes here, all the volunteers from different countries, it doesn't matter what your backgrounds are, everyone that comes here wants to work together for this cause to help these fantastic people in this beautiful country. So you do get inspired, and to continue this working together and having friends from all over the world and doing things together. Just don't forget, this is important and it will always be important, and we need to help the Ukrainians until they've got every single occupier out of their country. Just keep going and keep doing this together, and we will be strong together and will help them fight and free their country. I was surprised, actually, because when I wanted to come here, everyone I knew said, you've really got to go, but it's dangerous, and you can help from home instead, and you can do something here. So I was really surprised to find so many volunteers from everywhere in the world. Americans, Australians, Colombians, Swedes ask a question onto WhatsApp or something. We're in Dnipro, we need somebody with a car because we've got a family here who needs evacuation or who needs help. And there's always somebody else than answering. Most volunteers I've met here are here for the third time, fourth time, or they stayed on and got a visa and stayed on. Everyone who comes here, they don't want to go home.
You seek for this explanation. Why? When we find answers, we feel better. In a very extreme moments, like when you feel a danger for your life, the number of atheistic or agnostic people become less. You have to think about something bigger than you. So I think religion helps. Religion helps in traumatic experience, especially at first stages. It helps. Even me.
My nature is I'm very adrenaline addicted personality. No, all my hobbies, it's some extreme hobbies. I'm private pilot, I'm diver, I'm mounter, I'm a lot of activities which connected with fear, connected with terror, but I like it. Both women and men who really live with fear, majority of them escaped from Ukraine because they can't live here, psychologically can't live here, because the animals' fear came in their souls. Fear like animal has. Any logical explanations and trying to relax somebody and say, don't fear, don't afraid, everything okay, it doesn't work because it's primal fear.
I think that our intuition is just it's a more pure, basic form of a logic. It is our experience that merges into us so deeply, we just feel something instantly. So our intuition and our subconscious, it's just a deeper way of logic. Our conscious helps us to form, to refine anything that we feel in our subconsciousness. It's just a matter of what you really feel. It's a matter of what you really think.
I have some mechanism in my mind. When something bad happens, I just block all my emotions and start thinking logically. I think that if person cannot handle this, of course such person should live to stay sane and not to go crazy, because in such conditions of course you may go crazy and have some trauma for the rest of your life.
It's a big trauma, really. Trauma of identity. But it's a philosophical item, because we change during our life many times. And crisis situation and traumatic situation, they can change us rapidly and immediately and dramatically and radically. But it changes, and adaptations differ and psychic defenses differ. We psychologists can now see the sequences that some of the parts of our life will not be back. People in war, people in Ukraine, they become different person. It was such kind of gender war, and we have now the interesting turn of this because men revealed extreme masculinity. Many of us didn't expect it, including me. We didn't expect that our man can be so strong, so masculine, so brave. This factor, it makes contribution our national idea and our pride to be Ukrainian. War is an extreme situation, you understand? And this situation, not every person in the modern world survived. We had legend about war. We had perceived imagination of war, and it becomes different from that we have now. Some people somehow they separate themselves from the problematic area. People who are empathetic, they probably have to do this work inside to process this pain. I experience it, what the enemy is, the true enemy is. Yes, it's a dehumanization of people, and it's this splitting, schism, it's splitting, like psychic defense. If they come here, if they come to Kiev, I will take the arms. Yes? I will take the arms, and I will defend my land.
Nowadays, we don't communicate with each other and we don't understand each other. My sister said that it's cool that your town destroyed. She's in Moscow. That's why nowadays I haven't got sister anymore, and we didn't communicate from 20. It seems to me that she doesn't like people, but I don't understand how you can say such things. I said, you want to be killed my child, for example. And she said, no, if it must be. Russia is right. It does what it needs.
I used to have some friends or just people I know from Russia, and in the beginning of the war I am sitting and hear the missiles flying and the planes flying around my house, and they are writing me in Instagram that it's all the fault of your country, and I don't want to hear this, so I just stopped. They were blocked by me, and I don't want to talk to such people who think like this, and I try to read only news from our president, which are valid, not to overthink all of this, because recently there were some news that they are coming for Kharkiv and people run from here, but it was just disinformation for us to panic.
When the war began, my wife and me trying to explain Russians what happened, but even relatives, even blood brother of my wife called and wrote, don't worry, we'll make you free. She wrote him, make free from what? From my house, from my life, from my lives of my neighbors, my friends, and so on. Oh, you don't understand. You understand nothing. It's your Ukrainian propaganda. We killed only fascists indeed. My wife said, I am fascist in your imagination. But they say, no, it's your Ukrainian propaganda. We know exactly what happened.
краще, і от коли у вас вже ритм починає, ну тобто у нас фактура стає моноритмічною, тобто на другій фразі чому, коли на небі, не відтягуйте вісімки. Зараз чому, коли на небі, і воно так.
It was a very harsh separation with people from neighborhood who attacked us. I mean, Russian people. They actually, my mom is from Russia, and half of my relatives they live in Belgorod. They didn't understand us, and they don't understand until now. Society changed totally. Because when the war started, we had many affections, many connection with, for example, Russian people. They didn't understand us, and they don't understand until now. I found myself that it's better not to communicate with them and just to cut them from our life. People who can't take a side, they are no friends anymore, because you have to say who are you and who you belong or which side you belong. People who are undefined, they are dangerous. Who are undefined, you should be defined. And you have to protect your core values.
Russians understand clearly importance of propaganda. They can change the mind of population on occupied territories very quickly and use these people again against neighbors on the west. You can see situation on Donbass. During 10 years, they teach young generation, I mean schoolboys, schoolgirls, their propaganda. And then, in 10 years, they got soldiers who kills Ukrainians, their brothers. 10 years of propaganda made from Ukrainians actually Russians. Because Russia understand very good, very clearly how powerful weapon is propaganda.
In the past, we had a lot of in Russian language. We talk in Russian language, we create with Russian language, and we have a lot of Russian language on TV shows, on a concert, on its because it's occupation, mental occupation, you know, Russian occupation, not only territory.
Self-definition is a basic need of when the point I, me reveals people need, like in a personal level, like as a national level. I think it's the same process. They have that support and feedback from the others that you are okay, that you are good, that you are loved, and you are cute, you are loved, you're received, you understand about it. And people need each other more than ever, of course, in a tragical situation, in a crisis situation. But that's why Ukrainians have so much, such a boost of history, a boost of history research, cultural research, cultural renaissance. All Ukrainian features now are in fashion, like the part of our identity. We started loving it. Some person have trauma of rejection, you understand? And if you have trauma of rejection, they prefer to be with own people, with where it's common, where the person is common. So if you find your own banda, your own community, people who understand you without many words, people cope very well. I think it's prominent, it's a fundamental need of people of belonging. Many people who don't have much safety with strangers, it is a basic need. It made a big impact to our psyche and our consciousness. I think people in Ukraine they start to cherish and to love their land when some crisis comes. And when comes an outer enemy. And of course, when you pay attention to someone or some person, for example, if you pay attention, if you love it, if you care about it, it flowers. It reveals its better features. It is happy. It is more beautiful. It becomes more beautiful. We just reached this self-creation. For us, dramatically, it is connected with survival. This drives to have this clear and very recognizable face with unique features of uniqueness. If we don't have a unique face, clear and recognizable face, we can disappear.
Sometimes there is some feelings that you cannot live with unless you turn them into something. In this particular case, turn them into music, turn them into art. Recently in Kiev there are lots of jams, like when people come together and play music or they see each other, and you can know no one in the city, but you come into this scene and you get like a lot of friends immediately. And then when you come second time, you like already go to the community where everybody knows you, everybody smiles at you, and you like feel freedom in this spot. People come together and play music and listen to music. They're like escaping reality in a way, right? But I would rather say they're creating their own reality and like living through this whole situation. Everyone values real intimacy and real connection a lot more, because we feel like every day could be the last day, basically, when the rockets fly and there are sirens every day, and you understand what really matters, and it's like connection with real people that
It's not normal life. It's try to keep normal life in a war. And I hate these sounds, bombs. All night we have rocket attacks, some horrible situation, you know, about maybe epicenter in Kharkiv city, last big rocket attacks. A lot of kids died. Now, for me, it's so hard to think about future. I have a dream about future, and maybe I come back to write not only songs, maybe music for film or something like this. For soldiers, I am sing only my funny songs, and do a little stand-up. Yes, I like it. And they laugh a lot. It's a concert for soldiers where I'm not an organization, only an artist. We play near front line and in a hospital. Yes, in a hospital. And so happy after, because my stand-up with a dirty language, with some funny things about soldier life, because I told you I have a soldier boyfriend, and they understand me and see also cute little girls with a dirty voice saying something happy and funny, and they wow wow wow. If I create something, I think it's for these people who will listen me. And maybe this my little funny mission to give a smile from my art. I lost my boyfriend on a Donbass. He died. Of course, when you have a relationship with soldiers, you all time think about it. He can die. Okay, it's like a bipolar situation because I'm sad. I'm sad person. But I'm all time create a joke.
It's really hard to define Russia culture at the scene. What is pure Russia? You feel some kind of imperialism in their music, in their movies. It's not even subconscious. It's a consciousness. They try to push the narratives that they are the mother nation, mother of all nations in the Eastern Europe. They try to push the narrative that they are the main country, and we are all brothers. We are all the same. We have no differences between us. It's not even subconscious. It translates to movies. It translates to music, to poetry, to everything basically. You don't even need to be a very sensitive person to see this. There was a lot of big incidents when Russian gathered Ukrainian artists and just killed them, just because they try to make art in Ukrainian language, just because they tried to create something purely Ukrainian. There's a lot of writers, poets, musicians, actors who was killed. Ukrainian language was suppressed. They did their best to destroy Ukrainian books. Ukrainian movies was not allowed. Ukrainian artists was killed by Russian government. Ukraine has its own identity, its own culture. Russians probably they create something, but it's really destruction. They absorb territories, they absorb people, they absorb culture. Right now, Russia almost explicitly say that Ukrainian culture would be like a trophy or something.
And then we realized that we are safe and we are not in occupation. But such streets and houses where the Russian soldiers were, it was awful, of course. Their aim was to destroy everything. They destroy everything because of beauty. They said, for example, oh, you have such a cool toilet or microwave. And they destroy or take it. They entered in the part of Irpin was in occupation, and another part was free. And where they were, they entered to every flat, even on the 10th floor. They were in every house, in every flat.
Political, okay, Russian political. Killed a lot of art people in Ukraine. Literature, musicians, actors, producers. killed a lot of people. A lot of people. It's not only. It is not 10. It's not 20. Russian killed a lot of Ukrainian people. Why? Russian mental occupation give you a message. Oh, we are brothers. We have the same culture. We have the same message. We live so close, and we should be together. But it's not together. It's when if you're not opposite for this system, you can be together. But if you have a different opinion, or different life, you can be together with this, with Russia, because Russia want to kill you. It's abuse. It's psychology abuse. If you marriage, okay, maybe it's not good. Okay, no, understand. If you marriage with abuser, yes, man abuser, and they say you should stay at home, you can work, only sitting with baby, your place in this kitchen, and nothing more. And you say, no, I want to make my music, for example. I want to live my best life. I want to be creative, and I want to feel this life. And this abuser say, no, you can't, because I'm your man. Or I killed you.
The majority of people subconsciously understand that their books, education, culture at all is the foundation of society. The understanding how important is the culture, how important is the books and culture at all. Maybe subconsciously they understand that the difference between big crowd of people and nation lays in sphere of culture. Maybe only culture make difference between crowd and nation. Ukrainians hold the culture now because they feel the culture of Ukrainian culture like life raft. This is, in my strong opinion, the reason why they attack educational facilities, school, libraries, and printing houses, and maybe sometime even publishing houses. 2.5 years ago, situation changed dramatically because the people who did not understand that Russia actually not our brothers changed their mentality dramatically. We began to understand difference between our history and history of Moscow, between Russians and Ukrainians. We lived in the Russian world. Russian world means Russian imagination of own history. We have another history. We should know our own history, our own literature, our own culture. It was absent before. Not absent exactly, but it was just on the beginning of their way. But now we have Ukrainian nation. Ukrainian understood we are another. This is why we so hold the culture and so try to make our culture safe. Ukrainians actually hold this lay of our nationality, the culture, like safe ring.
Ukraine is very Ukrainian victimness, if you understand. For me, it's like national feature victimness. Now I understand that is this consequence of long-term traumatic experience of Russian-Ukrainian relationships. But it annoyed me when I was young person. I didn't like it so much that we have those victims. We cry, we are sad, we are so pessimistic. What good the war brought to us that to be Ukrainian is prestigious. Maybe it sounds funny. I can consider myself more Ukrainian than ever before. Most Ukrainian. I'm Ukrainian. The part of our identity. We started loving it more than ever. And me personally, I can say the same. I find it beautiful. I find it more beautiful than ever. It's not new, but I saw it with new eyes, It's so beautiful. We are active victim. It's not our responsibility to change something. It's our responsibility to change something inside the country, inside every person, and inside the community to live better. People in Ukraine, they start to cherish and to love their land when some crisis comes. And when comes an outer enemy, when the outer enemy appears. Maybe it is. We can say the same about every community, every society. But now we understand who enemy is. And this takes a part of responsibility and explains a lot. We have a strong excuse. Why are we so unhappy? This gave us more self-respect, that we are victims, we are so unhappy, we are so miserable. We are not miserable. We are true victims of the long-term relationships, toxic relationships with imperialistic consciousness. This drives a community, Ukrainian nation, to have this clear and very recognizable face with unique features of uniqueness. It is connected with, for us, dramatically, it is connected with survival. If we don't have a unique face, clear and recognizable face, we can disappear.
Music is just a different form of expressing ourselves. It's a different language that we can express ourselves, and not always these expressions come from consciousness. It's really often something that our subconsciousness dictates to us. Our conscious helps us to form, to refine anything that we feel in our subconsciousness. It's just a matter of what you really feel. It's a matter of what you really think. You cannot create something when you don't have a previous experience. You just absorb information, you absorb your experience, you absorb sounds, pictures, vision, thoughts, and then at some point you can rethink it. We can see artists like some kind of medium between world and creation. This is just another form of rethinking something. It's just another form of reimagining what you thought before, what you saw before. It's a creation of one person, and also you can see it as a translation of what this person saw in his or her life.
Imagine you dying. It's a bit sad, but imagine you dying and you have like a couple minutes to think about yourself. Like, hey, that thing that I end up not making, I really regret it. And I don't want to have that feeling, honestly. Right now, it is about... I think about the death a lot. and in a positive way though. So it's quite intricate thing about the art. I had one sculpture that I really was great making, and it was right before the war. I showed you one time like these female man and the child, all the circle. That was great. And especially the war right now, it kind of speeds things up. It speeds things up, and you try to do more things in a shorter period of time, since you don't know how the next day will be, and that kind of brings you like you have to kind of do things. Don't scroll your phone, or don't do that, or don't waste your time on stupid things. At this moment, I stay in Kiev. I do sculpture primarily. It's good making things like music, you know. There is no profound meaning in it. You just do that. And even this place is all about doing things that you feel like doing, and the things that you're supposed to be doing. So I think a lot about what I'm supposed to do and what I should do next with my art. And music, it helps to switch things. You know, when you do a lot of sculpting or you do a lot of particular thing, you can be so blind to what you do eventually. And the music is a flip when you go to the other domain and you explore that thing, and then as you come back to the sculpting, you feel like you see your mistakes or flaws that you could improve. Dying without any crazy regrets, I would say that's the most important thing for me at the moment. The war brought me the feel of urgency, and the feel of the fragility of the life brings, you know, it kind of leads me up at some sense to do more things, since not making them and dying and looking at that, it will be worse than a death to me personally. And especially the war right now, it kind of speeds things up. It speeds things up, and you try to do more things in a shorter period of time, since you don't know how the next day will be, and that kind of brings you like you have to kind of do things. Don't scroll your phone, or don't do that, or don't waste your time on stupid things.
In Kharkiv we don't have concerts, while there are concerts in other like cities of Ukraine, but in Kharkiv it's forbidden because it's collecting a lot of people in one closed space. It's really dangerous. When there is Vyshyvanka Day, Vyshyvanka, it's traditional Ukrainian clothing. People are wearing Vyshyvanka, so I can see that people are supporting the culture, and I see that it is happening more and more. And we actually have Ukrainian one, like he is famous in Kharkiv because when you see something beautiful as a graffiti, you will know that it's him. Some beautiful pictures which is connected to the war or to just ordinary life. And when I see this, I'm glad that government do not forbid this, that they are not cleaned or removed. And then when you can have a walk through Kharkiv streets, you can maybe read something, sometimes even in English. So just be patient, maybe you will have a look at this.
Ukrainian music as a whole is really sad, and now during the full-scale invasion, I finally understood why. I understood why big part of Ukrainian songs are about tragedy, about dying in the war, about fighting with someone, and with the Russian in particular. This sorrow, this pain is the big part of Ukrainian identity. I really hope at some point it will change, but right now it's really a big part. We are trying to inspire people, we are trying to make our culture alive, we are trying to make life a bit better in this deep sadness around us. I'm a choir conductor, I'm a music composer, an arranger, and a singer. I have a choir that calls Вуха, Великий Український Хор Аматорів, big Ukrainian choir of amateurs. This is really the biggest amateur choir in Ukraine, and I'm really proud of it. I personally just try to make this world better for myself and for other people.
Art is a language, and it's a very beautiful language. And when we are talking about the painting, the music, the things that help you to express yourself, it's really important. But art never can be out of the, you know how they love to say, out of the politic.
Ukraine is in the beginning of its way, of our way in this world. Only 30 years we have our independence. Only 30 years we have opportunity to learn who we are. It's really not enough. I think that maybe 2 or 3 generations need to pass before we can really understand who we are, what we need, what we should do as a nation, as a culture. At least last 5 centuries we constantly fight for our freedom. It just became a part of us and we can't do anything about it. We just need to fight, and we fight.
Of course, 33 years ago, Ukraine, like independent country, was born. But actually, during first 20 years, we just continued to live like we lived before. And majority of population continue subconsciously thinking and feeling like part of former Soviet Union. Majority of people continue to live without understanding the new age, new shit in history of Ukraine. All nations, all people around the world, especially Europeans and especially United States, should understand it's not only Russian-Ukrainian war. This is war between democracy and some Asian mentality, between totalitarianism and democracy. And now we see how totalitarianistic states like Russia, China, Iran, North Korea actually made some mutual force which made terrible things around the world. And now I'm sure I see it, the progressive citizen, progressive states should stop it before this cancer don't eat everything around.
I grew up in the Soviet Union, and then the system changed to independent Ukraine. I was 13, so I remember all the stages of forming of Ukrainian consciousness and society. Our existence had a diffuse identity, blurred identity, uncertain, unique identity. I think it's a basic need to become someone. You cannot be only your parents' child. I think the same processes, the common processes are in national level.
I believe that we live in Ukraine and we have to speak Ukrainian. People who were born in Ukrainian-speaking cities, like on the West, for example, they don't understand the condition of our growing up. I had Russian language and literature as a subject. So personally, I speak both languages. I will tell you only the truth. When I am somewhere in the public, I always speak Ukrainian. If some of my friends are speaking Ukrainian, I speak only Ukrainian. On my work, I speak only Ukrainian. People in Kharkiv, they are just so their souls are so wounded that when they hear that you must do this, you must do that, they just want to say, just leave me alone. I will start speaking Ukrainian when I want. So yeah, I think that we must speak Ukrainian, but just give us some time to get used to this and to learn it to speak properly.
Nobody demand to speak Ukrainian language, and nobody demand to speak, push me to speak Ukrainian language now. I can speak, and I speak in Russia without any obstacles, without any notes. And now I never speak Russian in public space, only in Ukraine, because my inner censor stopped me. I feel shy when I speak Russian in public sphere.
During the full-scale invasion, more people realized that we need to know our culture to be a nation. More artists do something that we consider proper Ukrainian music. Unfortunately, we realized this only when full-scale invasions began. And we need to fill this empty space with our own songs. The war changed the way I think of what should I bring to the people with my music. I, as a musician, can translate my thoughts and my emotions to music. There is a deeper level of everything, and you not always you can explain it, but you really feel. I just want to make a choir popular. I just want people to sing. Music that you create, it consists of you. It consists of what you think. It consists of what you feel. It just go through you and go through your music. My mission probably is to show people what was written before in Ukrainian music. I really want Ukrainians to become a singing nation. I think that my mission is to make choir a popular thing right now. We have a birth of Ukrainian culture, Ukrainian music during the full-scale war, full-scale invasion. Right now we have a renaissance of Ukrainian culture, and I hope that it won't end soon. I just hope that we survive. You inspire people when you do something that you really believe. You must be honest with the people in your art and in everything that you do. If you're honest, people feel it. And it is very inspiring.
And I think, oh, okay, so music is still important for the front line. I don't take my guitar with me, and there I have injury in a leg. I just bought guitar and start to, just let it go all what I have had before. And after next song, I feel much better. And when I first played for people, I feel, so fully, I don't know, like I think that I do really right thing. It's bigger than when you play for dance, for party. It's like, I don't know, it's bigger than everything that I ever feel with music.
Капелан священні кулі летять стрімко прямо в ціль, щоб судьба не оминула тих, хто в дім наш несе біль. Як зброю візьми мене.
I was very surprised to find out that in the army exists kind of person like Capellan. I think, oh, religion in army, some guy who tune people before fight, and I think, oh, okay, it's not. It's even with the name of God you can protect your country, and maybe I started thinking about it, and just this kind of feeling that come to me to make this song. It's kind of preaching. I don't say it in lyrics, but with the feeling, it's kind of, oh man, it's kind of, I make it like a preaching.
Иногда эвакуация идет не по стандартному пути, не приехал, забрал, а приехали, ждем. И как бы проблема в том, что в радиусе 1 километра граница, русская граница с 3 сторон. И туда можно поехать, и там и остаться. И потому приходится либо ждать, либо выезжать. И плюс то, что еще люди, половину кто-то хочет выезжать, половину кто-то не хочет выезжать. Но это отдельная проблема. Вот иногда вот так происходит целый день, мы просто стоим и ждем, когда там есть возможность туда заехать. Но лучше подождать, чем приехать раньше и там откопытиться.
Да, сегодня стоим примерно с 10 часов утра до 8 часов вечера, просто ждем, потому что в том районе очень жарко. Ждем, когда немножко стихнет напряжение. 2 Хайлюкса, 2 Тойоты Прада и 2 Секвои, все это в принципе могут решить.
Все, що маю, то віддам, як слід поміркуй, старлей, щоб не марно загинув там. Я простий хлопак, що виріс, та той вік не має сенсу, сенси вже набули зрілість, пережив чимало стресу. Капелан, якщо Бог є, най мої кулі летять стрімко, влучно в ціль, щоб судьба не оминула тих, хто в дім наш несе біль.
My friend was in a hospital, have a telephone call with his little brother who also joined the army. And you know, he's worried about brother and trying to find some safe place in army. But on the next bed was a trooper, like, you know, guy who, yeah, trooper, штурмовик, Ukrainian. And he started laughing, and he said, our chaplain shooting with a shotgun. It's first line of my song. It's chaplain, your sacred bullets.
Друг загинув в березні, мене поруч з ним не було, досі приходить у вісні, ще макітра не забула, коли вб'ємо ту потвору.
Songs or composition is kind of, you know, compressed thing, compressed experience, and other people kind of roll it out, and it's become kind of big things. They remind something. in G.
Wow. That was intense, bro. That was incredible.